Limbus Company might just be the best gacha game you've never played. And honestly, calling it a gacha game feels almost unfair, because unlike other games in the genre that force you into the pit of despair known as RNG hell, Limbus Company actually lets you get every character without spending a dime on rolls. Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today I'm breaking down why this game deserves your attention. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Yes, Limbus Company has a gacha system, but it's incredibly fair. Unlike other games where you're polling for completely new characters, in Limbus Company, you're not summoning new characters. You're getting different versions of the same 12 sinners. These different versions, called identities, reimagine each character in alternate timelines or universes, changing their abilities, stats, and overall combat roles. Every identity brings something new to the table, from unique skill sets to different ego interactions, allowing for a huge range of team building strategies. And the best part? If you don't get the identity you want from gacha pulls, you can eventually buy it using shards that you earn through gameplay. That means no FOMO, no endless re-rolling, and no whale or fail nonsense. Just play, earn, and get the versions of the sinners that you want. Even limited while purchase night identities eventually get added to the dispenser over time, so nothing is truly locked behind a paywall forever. For example, I wanted the manager of La Mancha Don Quixote. She was amazing, and I wanted her so bad. So I burnt through all of my lunacy trying to get her while her banner was up, and I was unable to. If this were another game, I would be mad and upset that I wasn't able to get her while her banner was here. But in Limbus Company, using the dispenser system in this game, I was actually able to just farm her shards and then go to the dispenser and get her. Like I said, no fear of missing out, no endless re-rolling, and no whale or fail nonsense. Now let's talk aesthetics. Because Limbus Company isn't just visually unique, it's an entire mood. While most gacha games lean into bright, polished anime visuals, Limbus Company takes a completely different approach. It's gritty, raw, and drenched in an eerie dystopian atmosphere. The world feels oppressive yet fascinating, blending cyberpunk grime with surreal horror. Every frame oozes a sense of unease, like you're peering into a world that's teetering on the edge of collapse. And the character designs? Absolutely stunning. They're not just your standard anime heroes. Each sinner has this sharp, sketch-like quality that makes them feel more like living illustrations than a typical 3D rendered gacha unit. The muted color palette, the bold, inky lines, just everything about them screams style. And then there are their identities, alternate versions of the same character but twisted by different timelines and circumstances, each with its own distinct outfit, posture, and expression. You can tell so much about a character's personality just by looking at the way they're drawn. Limbus Company's visual identity doesn't just make it stand out, it actively pulls you deeper and deeper into the world. Every artistic choice reinforces the game's themes of desperation, control, and survival in a corporate hellscape. It's stylish, immersive, and unlike anything else in the gacha space. Limbus Company isn't just about collecting characters and throwing them into battles. It's a story-driven experience. And not just any story. This is Project Moon storytelling at its finest. If you're familiar with Lobotomy Corporation or Library of Ruina, you already know what you're getting into. A world that's bleak, philosophical, and layered with deeper meanings. But even if you're new, Limbus Company's narrative will pull you in with its gripping writing, morally complex characters, and themes that stick with you long after you close the game. And trust me on this, I am still not right from Canto 5. The story follows you, the player, in the role of Dante, a mysterious figure with a mechanical clock for a head, trapped in a cycle of death and revival. You lead a group called the Sinners, 12 deeply flawed individuals, each carrying a past filled with tragedy, violence, and regret. Your goal? Well, it's to explore the ruins of their pasts, searching for these golden bows. Every step forward uncovers more layers of mystery, danger, and moral dilemmas that make you question your own role in this world. Each chapter, known as a canto, takes you deeper into this dystopian nightmare, unraveling not just the secrets of the world, but also the personal struggles of each sinner. Limbus Company forces you to confront their trauma, their fears, and motivations. You witness their descent, their growth, and their desperate attempts to survive. Project Moon doesn't do simple, straightforward storytelling. Instead, it layers its world building with philosophy, literature, and psychological depth. The dialogue is sharp, the themes are dark, and the emotional weight is real. One moment you're laughing at the sinner bickering like a dysfunctional family. The next, you're hit with a gut punch of a backstory that makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about them. The game doesn't shy away from exploring the depths of human suffering, ambition, and morality, making every interaction feel meaningful. And speaking of characters, let's talk about how brilliantly Limbus Company develops its cast. Each of the 12 sinners is based on a literary figure. Dante is from the Divine Comedy. Don Quixote is from Don Quixote. Heathcliff is from Wuthering Heights, and so on. But instead of simply copying their source material, Project Moon reimagines them in dark, unexpected ways. Gregor, inspired by the Metamorphosis, is cured with an insect-like mutation. Don Quixote, instead of being a tragic dreamer, is an overly enthusiastic fixer obsessed with heroism. The way these literary inspirations are woven into their personalities, abilities, and even their combat mechanics is nothing short of genius. But what really makes them stand out is how human they feel. These aren't just edgy, tortured characters for the sake of it. They react and change and struggle in ways that feel raw and real. Every sinner has layers waiting to be unraveled, and the more time you spend with them, the more you realize just how intricately written they are. And this is where Limbus Company's greatest strength lies. It doesn't just tell a story, it immerses you in a world where every choice, every revelation, and every emotional beat carries weight. The game demands your attention, challenges your understanding, and rewards those who truly engage with its narrative. If you're looking for a gacha game with some of the best writing in the industry, you won't find anything else quite like Limbus Company. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the combat. It's deep, it's strategic, and it can absolutely be overwhelming. Instead of simple turn-based battles, Limbus Company uses a unique system where skill chains, resistances, and enemy patterns matter a lot. If you're the type who loves digging into complex mechanics, you'll love it. But if you prefer quick and simple battles, it might take some getting used to. Limbus Company players have a saying, reading is the best tool at your disposal. And they are not wrong. If you want to succeed in this game, you need to read a lot. Between the skill descriptions, enemy passives, resistance breakdowns, and complex interactions, it can feel like you need a PhD just to survive. But here's the thing, reading is necessary. Those who take the time to fully understand the mechanics will find that Limbus Company rewards knowledge and careful planning. So if you're struggling, the answer might just be in the text you skimmed over. For example, there is a boss battle. That is the difficulty spike in this game. It's the moment when the game stops holding your hand and asks, hey, have you actually been paying attention to the mechanics? Well, if you haven't, prepare for pain. But if you can push through it, the satisfaction of finally winning is chef's kiss. And it all comes down to reading and understanding. Limbus Company isn't just about its main story battles either. There's a lot more gameplay variety than you might expect. Beyond progressing through the cantos, you'll find a range of activities that keep the game fresh, rewarding, and always challenging. Whether you're a casual player or someone who thrives on min-maxing strategies, there's something for everyone. One of the most interesting side activities is the mirror dungeons, which are Limbus Company's take on a roguelike dungeon crawler. These aren't just optional side missions, they're one of the main ways to earn resources like shards, threads, and upgrade materials. Between the main story, mirror dungeons, and events, Limbus Company offers a gameplay experience that rewards creativity, adaptability, and knowledge. Whether you enjoy strategizing every move or just want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, there is always something to dive into. One thing that I feel that is one of the most important things in games is sound design. And Limbus Company delivers on this front too. The soundtrack is haunting and atmospheric, fitting the dystopian setting perfectly. The voice acting, top notch. The way characters express emotion through subtle sound cues just adds to the immersion. It's little details like these that elevate that experience. And let's talk about the music for a second. Millie's compositions for Limbus Company's boss fights are on another level. These tracks don't just serve as background music. They bring an almost cinematic level of intensity and emotion to every battle. The way the melodies build, the haunting vocals, and the sheer energy of the instrumentals create an immersive experience that makes every fight feel like a climactic moment in the story. Whether it's the frantic pace of a desperate battle or the sorrowful tones of an inevitable defeat, Millie's music amplifies the emotional weight of each encounter, making victories feel exhilarating and losses even more devastating. One of the biggest strengths of Limbus Company isn't just the game itself, it's the community that surrounds it. The Limbus fan base is one of the most dedicated and passionate in the gacha space. If you've ever scrolled through the Limbus Company subreddit, Discord servers, Twitter discussions, you've probably seen just how dedicated this community is. Another reason why the Limbus Company community is so invested is because Project Moon actually listens to player feedback. This isn't a game where devs just throw out content and disappear. It's clear that Project Moon isn't just making a game for profit. They're creating something that players can genuinely engage with and enjoy long term. And when it comes to transparency, Project Moon stands out from other gacha developers. Instead of vague patch notes or minimal communication, they give detailed breakdowns of why certain changes are happening, what they are working on, and how they plan to support the game moving forward. The level of communication helps build trust between the devs and the community, which is something that a lot of other gacha games struggle with. And this is actually something that has blown my mind with this game. I mean, their last live stream, they were talking about how they can increase revenue for themselves in order to give us better content and where the revenue was going to go. It blew me away. One thing is certain, Limbus Company isn't a game that's going to stay static. With the dedicated community, responsive developers, and constantly evolving world, this is a game that's here to stay. So whether you're a casual player who loves the story or a hardcore strategist optimizing your team comps, there's never been a better time to be part of the Limbus community. So should you play Limbus Company? If you're looking for a fair gacha system, a unique art style, incredible storytelling, and deep strategic gameplay, then absolutely yes. But just be prepared for a learning curve and a few brutal difficulty spikes along the way, but trust me, it's worth it. At the end of the day, Limbus Company isn't just another gacha game, it's an experience. A world rich with lore, a cast of unforgettable characters, a combat system that rewards mastery. So if this sounds like your kind of game, and you haven't given Limbus Company a shot yet, now's the time. I am fairly new to Limbus Company and Project Moon games overall, but I gotta say, they are some of my favorite games that I have played, especially Limbus Company. I love this game, and I just wanted to make a video like this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments, for those of you that have played Limbus Company, who is your favorite Limbus Company character? But that is it for today's video. I appreciate all of the love and support as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.